what does it mean to be ethically fit? I think if you go to an engineering school at any university, you're going to learn about engineering. You're going to learn how to solve problems. What we're trying to do here at Widener is to challenge our students not just to problem solve, but to ask the question why. Why do we have to do it this way? Why has it always been done that way? That idea of asking why, the why questions, that's a mark of leadership. You don't get that at all engineering programs. You get that here at Widener.
One of the things that Widener offers that is different than some of the other schools is that we have a small school environment where we try to get to know the students on a personal level. So we feel like the better faculty get to know their students, the better it is all around, whether it's for career advice, whether it's for help in classes, whether it's for scheduling classes. We feel like the more approachable we are to the students, the better off they are in terms of their education. In addition, we offer a hands-on application-oriented program where students get general training in general fields of engineering without specializing in any particular area. We feel like this broad base will allow them to be more flexible when they get into industry and have a wider range of career opportunities.
I have to kind of shout out to Dean Fred Ackel. When I first came to campus, he pulled me aside and he said, I really want to see if we can do something just so powerful for our engineering students, and he and I have been working together ever since. Every engineering student, when they are freshmen, take Engineering 100. One workshop on what we call ethical fitness. Everybody wants to be physically fit, but what does it mean to be ethically fit? That's the first workshop. The second one is on the stereotypes that we all have about leaders. And it's just so wonderful to introduce leadership to these freshman students. And that's just one way of many that we are offering leadership opportunities to engineering students.
When we developed our engineering honors program, which is different than the university-wide honors program, we wanted it to be a little different than other honors programs. And we wanted it to also embrace kind of some of the aspects of the university as a whole. And so the two things we added besides technical rigor in engineering courses were aspects of leadership and aspects of community service. So speaking specifically to the leadership side, we felt that it was important for students who are going into engineering. It's what our employers are looking for, these softer skills that are non-technical but vital for success in the workplace.
The biomedical engineering major at Widener University is a new program. It started in 2011. We have had an increase in the number of students here and increase in the number of faculty that has joined since its start. There are very few biomedical engineering programs in the area, and every other university is trying to come up with a new one. We are fortunate to have a very strong, robust program here that just got its accreditation by ABET.
Our biomedical engineering class is the second biomedical engineering class to come through Widener. Last year was the inaugural class, and they all graduated. And I believe we're going to be ABET accredited.
Engineering programs are accredited by ABET, which is a national international organization that provides quality assurance for engineering programs. We recently went through a site visit where they took a comprehensive look at all of our engineering programs. That included a report which we described what we do in the curriculum and how we maintain quality within the program, as well as a site visit where they came, visited our labs, spoke with our faculty and students to get an on-the-ground look at the programs. And the visit was very successful.
Engineering is a very application-based field, and usually people look at it as being in a co-op setting, an industrial setting, doing an internship. Biomedical engineering is a very diverse field because it requires a lot of research as well as its application. Providing students this opportunity throughout the academic year, throughout the 4 years of their presence here, it really prepares them for the real world. It offers them to see what the options are if they do want to take the next step towards graduate studies or even going to an industrial setting, performing more research. So I think for a program like biomedical engineering, having students involved in undergraduate research is of utmost importance and critical.
I first semester here, I approached Dr. Singh and I was like, hey, I want to do research. I'm not sure what I really want to do, so if there's a couple of projects, every single faculty member presented their work to me, and then I got to choose what I wanted to work on.
I think the Widener students are fantastic. And the reason for that is because I've had a close opportunity to assess them. I did not have this opportunity in a bigger institution. 55 students in a classroom, not knowing names of more than 30 of them, it's very difficult to connect with them. 17 to 20 students in a classroom, knowing them, how they're going to perform, knowing each of their weaknesses, strengths, it just allows you to be a better instructor, a better educator, and I think that's one of the strengths Widener have.
I have a close, dedicated group of industry folks that meet with me on a regular basis every few years, and we go over what we're doing in the curriculum, we go over any anticipated changes, and we essentially ask them, does this work for your industry? If is what we're doing in the classroom, what we're focusing on, preparing our students well for work in your industry. And we poll people from a wide variety of industries. We've had folks from HVAC, air conditioning, heating, we've had folks from aerospace, general consulting industry, power industry, just to make sure that what we do is meaningful and we're preparing students for their careers. What we find that's kind of interesting in some cases is that the employers tell us that in addition to the technical skills, they want students that can make good decisions, that can work in teams that are both multidisciplinary and diverse, and bring that aspect into the workplace. So rounding out the student with leadership, business skills, and good decision making is just important to them as the good technical skills. And so all of that has allowed us to shape our curriculum in ways that we can provide successful employees to these industries.
The main thing that I was working on at Devon Medical was a product called the negative pressure wound therapy pump. And it's about the size of a little Game Boy. And what its main job was to work with a unique type of Band-Aid for diabetic wounds. When Devon Medical manufactured 2,400 of them, they actually found a design flaw after manufacturing them. My job primarily was to go in, and it was called reworking, and I would go into every single one, unscrew them, and then take them apart and replace the silicone tubing with polyurethane tubing.
What's nice about the co-op program is that it is a cycle that allows students a full year of work experience and still the ability to graduate in 4 years. That goes a long way to providing context for what they're learning in the classroom. I've had many students who'll come back and we'll show them a particular technique in class and they'll say, oh yeah, I remember there was an engineer that I worked with that was using those terms or did those calculations. And so it allows them a little more realism to what they're learning in the classroom.
Boeing actually paid a pretty penny to have us testing a smaller helicopter in a controlled environment, so it's connected to a test stand that was made by the previous team. And this is a 3-year-long project, so we are the second year in a 3-year project.
For my senior project, I'm developing a app for smart glasses that helps people balance and walk better. And this project is preparing me for a job. You can definitely use this app in the industry when I get out into the real world. And it's giving me a lot of good skills that I can use later on. So you want to choose something that you're passionate about and that you're going to like down the road, because a lot of people choose engineering because it's like a good, strong profession later, but if you're not passionate about it, then you're not going to enjoy it later on.